Sean Myrie. This episode is called Trump Doing Good. And people, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This episode is about, is Trump doing good? Well, a lot of people are pointing out the bad stuff that Trump is doing. A lot of people don't like what Trump is doing, but is he actually doing good? He may feel in his eyes that he's doing a lot of good for the world, right? So Trump is like on his own mission, his crusade. He feels that wherever is, you know, people are suffering, people are hurting, that he must be the savior, right? So that's why I call this episode Trump Doing Good. Is Trump doing really good? Right? So he went to Nigeria the other day because he heard about Christians getting killed. He heard that a lot of Christians were getting killed in Nigeria. So in return, he sent some type of missile down there and blasted the Islamists. So he feels he was helping the Christians. Look on that. He feels that he was helping the Christians in Nigeria by bombing in Nigeria where the Islamists are. So he feels that he is actually doing good, right? So now, him going right now to Venezuela, he feels that he's doing good there too. So he's feeling he's doing God's work by going around the world and doing all these things. So one reason he's going to Venezuela is for the drugs. So he wants to stop the drugs from flowing into America. That's one reason. Now, he's talking about going to Iran. The reason why he wants to go to Iran is because he's saying that the people are getting abused by their government. Right now, there's protests in Iran and people are in the street, and he warned the Iranian power, the people who are in power, do not harm the people who are protesting or they will go there again. So is Trump doing bad or is he doing good? I think right now it's weighing on the good side. Everybody wants to put Trump in the bad side, but is he actually doing good? So all these places he's going because he's saying the leaders are bad. That's the reason. He's saying the leaders are bad. They're doing a lot of bad stuff to their people. So he needs to go there with the American military. He's saying people are saying Cubans are starving. So that's the only excuse why he can or he will maybe go into Cuba. That's the excuse. Well, he might go into Cuba or make his Secretary of State the president, as he put out there. He wants to make his Secretary of State Marco Rubio the president of Cuba. So is Trump really doing bad? Just recently, I don't know if it's real news, he's saying that he wants to ban alcohol. He wants to ban alcohol in America. How will that do with Americans? He is saying the reason he wants to ban alcohol because a lot of the people are doing all types of crazy stuff in America who drink and they're not working. So he wants to ban alcohol in America. Imagine if he does that. Would that make him liked or loved? But he's willing to ban the alcohol in America. So what is Trump really on? What is he really on? Wouldn't that affect his business? Like in Las Vegas and certain things like no drinking? Imagine that. No drinking alcohol. That must be bull, as you saying it, Kevin. It must be bull. You want to ban alcohol? How would Americans react if he banned alcohol? Why is he doing this? Right? What's next? But then people already hate Trump. But there's people who love Trump. I'm not gonna say that. There's a lot of supporters I've seen come in the chat who actually support Trump. I'm not gonna say everybody hates Trump, but he's not popular right now. Trump is not popular right now, but I'm seeing a lot of support for Trump. I'm seeing people say make him go into those countries and stuff. they actually support this guy, what he's doing. So is Trump doing good for America? Some people may say no, but he feels he's doing good because he's been deporting people and he's been elected again. 39% approval, not good. Look at the facts. So he got 39% approval. Why did he get even voted in the second time? Right? Why did he get voted in the second time? That's my question. He got voted in the second time. Is he doing bad for the world or is he doing good? Because a lot of the places he's going, he's saying that the leaders are bad, right? And they're treating their people really bad. Even Iran right now, because the threat of America attacking, I'm hearing they want to talk. They want to talk to America, right? No other leader has gotten Iran to do that. Iran actually wants to talk to America because they see that Trump is serious, right? So he might have a low approval rate in America, but he might have approval rate different in the world, right? Even though it seems that he has enemies in a lot of places. But is he doing good or is he doing bad? A lot of Americans are saying that he's doing good. I'm seeing a lot of Americans saying he's doing good, but this ICE stuff may kind of screw up his whole his whole situation with the ICE business. But a lot of people approve of the ICE going after the illegals. A lot of people in America approve of the ICE going after illegals and deporting the illegals. People are saying, good, they should go back to where they're from, right? You're saying there's a 39 um, approval rate, not good. So guess what? He's still the president. He's still the president, and he'll be the president for the next 3 years, unless something happens to him, right? So Trump is actually doing good right now. He's making a lot of the world leaders scared right now. Um, he's helped Ukraine. You can't say he didn't help Ukraine, right? You cannot say he has not helped Ukraine. So, unless you got some evidence, he hasn't helped Ukraine. I swear they gave Ukraine billions of dollars. So America and Trump has helped Ukraine, even made the president of Ukraine come into the White House. Haven't really seen that with other leaders doing that. Made him come into the White House and spoke to him and the vice president. So is Trump doing bad? No. People might think he's doing bad by going over the world, going and saying, I want Greenland. He's doing bad like that. Like if you want to say his PR, he's going out saying he wants Greenland. He could have just take it without talking. He wants Greenland. He's going out how he wants to go, where else he wants to go. There's so much places this guy wants to go, right? And he's criticizing Europe too. But yeah, he wants Greenland to make it better. He wants to offer money to the citizens of Greenland. Um, what else does he want to do? He wanted Canada to be the 51st state, but it would just benefit America, right? Um, he's doing good. He's doing the police work, right? America is the world's police, right? That isn't true. You're being lied to. That he's doing good. A lot of people, Americans, are saying that he's doing good. I've seen them on here come on here and say, yeah, Trump take over Greenland. He's doing get rid of the illegals out of the country, get rid of them, and that they should take over Greenland and he should be doing what he's doing. Yeah, there's a lot of support for that. They're saying good that he took Venezuela. It's a good thing because he'll help America. And he's getting cheered on. Like a guy like Andrew Tate, an influencer, is saying that Trump should do what he's doing. You got people like that. Nobody else I've seen really come out and support Trump, but that guy Andrew Tate, he's saying America should take over Greenland, should take over Canada, should take over Venezuela. How much other people feel the same way, but they're a little bit more quiet about it? There's a lot of people scared to talk, right? A lot of people are scared to talk. Yeah, Tate. He's going out there because he's probably angry about Romania. He's angry about Europe when he got arrested in Europe 2 times, I think. So now he's pro-American, right? Well, yeah, he is. He is screwed up. He is what you're saying, right? Magnus Magnus Kane, bless up Magnus Kane. Yeah, he is what you're saying, man. But Andrew Tate is a cheerleader. He's cheerleader in, and he's a influencer. A lot of young people know. So if he's talking, all those guys who are um, respect Andrew Tate, same thing they're saying too. Propaganda in this. Yeah, he loves it, man. Andrew Tate is a millionaire, multi-millionaire. I don't know how he got all that money. I know he was a kickboxer, but he supports Trump, and all the people who support Andrew Tate is going to support Trump, guaranteed, with this whole thing. So is Trump doing bad stuff or good stuff? It could be a mixture of two. But right now, when he went to Africa and he sent the military there to bomb, he was sending it there to protect Christians. Remember that. He said he's protecting the Christians that are getting unalived in Africa. And he did it. He calmed it down. A lot of Africans actually like Trump now. You have to look at it because there's a big population of Christians in Nigeria. So they actually like Trump for that, for him bombing over there and making the Islamists quiet, right? So what you gonna do? Yeah, it's propaganda. You call it propaganda. Either way, it's working. It's working for America. It's working for Trump right now. It's working because now we got Iran on their knees calling them. We got Iran calling, saying they want to negotiate, say they want to talk. They don't want to lose no power. So their game is, yo, we got to talk to this guy. We can't ignore Donald Trump. We got to talk to this guy. They're studying how he moves, and they're saying we have to talk to this guy because if we don't, he's just gonna attack us. So they want to kill time. Now the guy in Cuba now, he might be talking, but Trump is talking. He wants to take over that place, and they're saying the reason why the people are starving, right? So the people are starving. That's what's going on. Now, do you go to a country because the people are starving, really? Is that an excuse? There's a lot of countries that the people are starving and no one's helping them. But Trump wants to go there because it's close by and there's a military base, right? Africa is a continent, dude. Yeah, Africa is a continent. Like, haven't bombed Nigeria, not Africa. Where did he bomb? Where did he bomb? Where did he go to? Because they did send some type of weapon into Nigeria not too long ago. So tell me, where did he bomb? What power? Devil power or God power? I don't know. What power does he? It could be both, because people do good and people do evil. There's people who do a lot of evil shit, right? What you might consider evil, and then they'll do good. It depends the relationship they have with people, right? So I want to know if he didn't he bomb in Nigeria, right? I'm talking to Phil Mitto. Didn't he bomb in Nigeria? Correct me if I'm wrong, or was that fake news? Was it? Didn't he say he's going after the Islamists, right? For the Christians who's been getting killed down there. Correct me if I'm wrong. So to those people down there, he's a hero. America's a hero right now. If that is true, that America went down there and bombed where the Islamists were, going after the Christians, he's a hero right now. I seen Africans come out here and saying they're praising Trump. Seeing Africans praise Trump. Now you're gonna get Venezuelans praising Trump. The people in Greenland, I don't know about that now. They're worried right now. I don't know if they're gonna want to be with America or they don't want to be with America, because if Trump takes over Greenland with the military, they are part of America. So is he doing something good for Greenland? He's saying yes, because if they don't go there, the Russians will go there and the Chinese will go there and it will be communists. So he's saying they should go there, right? Nigeria, bro, it's to manage the rise of Burkina. Yeah, you're right. I agree. Niger, Mali, yes, you're right on that, but it's controversial there, to be honest. Yes, it's all for Burkina. It's all for Burkina, because where that where they say that bomb hit, right, or that attack hit, was right near the border of Burkina, right near the border of Burkina. Something is going on there. So maybe all of this shit is really a distraction for Africa. Maybe all this stuff we're seeing with Donald Trump is for a bigger part, and that part in Nigeria, in Africa. Maybe this is all just for that, because if you look on it, Nigeria has a lot of oil. Nigeria has a lot of oil, and maybe it's probably better than Venezuela's oil. So recently there was attempted assassination on that guy in Burkina, right? Ibrahim Traore. There was a attempted assassination recently, and Russia is really good with that guy already, and China is already good with that guy already. They got a lot of gold, so Trump is eyeing that guy, but he doesn't know how to come at him. He doesn't know how to come at this man. You can't accuse him of being an Islamist. He, he has nothing on him right now. So the only thing they could do is try to assassinate him. But is he doing bad? No. So far, he's not doing bad in the media. So Trump doesn't want that. He doesn't want to look like he's just going and doing all types of shit. Many been killed in Nigeria by the terrorists he helped. It's awesome, but it's really making people wonder if it's something deep hiding behind help, like you said. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, man. I think the real deal now, people might say, no, no, no. All this stuff that Trump is doing, or the United States, the American government is doing, is really, I know they captured Venezuela. That's a big thing. But he's saying he's helping the people. They have to have a new leader because that leader, Maduro, was not good. But the big picture now, he's saying he's going to Greenland and all this other shit. Really, they would love to have their hands more in Africa, America. They would love to have their hands in somewhere in Africa. And if those Islamists rise up again, guaranteed they will go there. But I think they're a little bit more smart down there. They know that America's not joking, so they will be quiet for a while. But he would love to have an excuse to go after um, Ibrahim Traore in Burkina. But is Trump looked on as bad or good in certain places? Maybe, but is he doing good? I think he's doing good in some type of way. You may call me crazy, but he's going after all these states what have governments that the people ain't happy with. People will say it's not America's business to go and do all of this, but he's using the influence and the power before he's finished being a president. I'm assuming he means Christian. Yes, Christians. Christians, that's what he said. He said in Nigeria, the Christians are getting killed off, right, unalived by the Islamists. That's what he put out there, right? We wonder if DRC is next since it's the richest country in the world in mineral and where hearth mineral. Maybe DRC. What's DRC? Put that out clear. Like using Xmas for Christmas. Oh, you gotta let me know. Clarify that, people. All I know, this man is going out with the American military and using it, and he's claiming he's doing good. And then he's gonna go back to America, and he's changing laws in America. Don't worry about just international. He's changing laws in America. I don't know if it's true, if he's saying he wants to make alcohol illegal, but if he does that, a lot of Americans will turn crazy. Imagine that now. Imagine this man makes alcohol illegal, and then people won't listen to Trump. Not everybody's going to listen to Trump, and they're going to start making their own alcohol or hiding alcohol. You know what the ICE agents will be out there for? They'll be out there to do that too. They're out there for American citizens too. That's the whole camouflage shit, right? They're out there for American citizens. Don't think it's look. They just shot American citizen in the face, one of his agents. So it's not anyone who's an undocumented citizen, or I mean, I shouldn't say citizen, documented person didn't shoot one of them, or the ICE agent didn't shoot one of them, right? Claiming that he's changing the laws where is proof. You know what? Laws take time to come in. He's saying it. It's not fully 100% facts yet, but because he's saying it, like he's saying he's going to all these other places, like he said he would go to Venezuela and he did, like he said he went to Iraq, he was going to go to Iran and he did. All these places that he mentioned, he did go to, so he could cross that out. So the laws, for example, the cannabis law, didn't he just change something in the cannabis law down there? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he change that? So he will change other stuff. ICE doesn't deal with alcohol. Well, he'll probably change the laws too to make them or another type of DEA or whoever to deal with the alcohol. ICE doesn't deal with the alcohol. That's Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Division. If you're going to make, so he'll probably just make the other organization who deals with alcohol and fire, the FBI, right? He'll make the FBI because he loves the FBI. That guy Patel deal with that, right? He like they deal with the drugs too, the FBI. So he'll get the FBI to do it, and the ICE will do the other shit. That's what's gonna happen, right? I think he's also says that he wishes that people weren't stupid, but it's not doing anything about that, right? So let's see. Is ICE power can be controlled or stopped by the state law, or it's going between the state and the feds law? Right now, I don't know the full power Trump has. Obviously, he has some influence to all these organizations. He has some type of influence. All I know that he's talking a lot. Trump is talking a lot, putting a lot of shit out there, claiming he wants to change all types of laws in America. That's what I see. Not saying it's fact, but he's putting it out there like he likes to do. Sometimes it's wishful thinking, but he's just putting out there. I don't know if he changed something with the cannabis laws recently. I swear I heard something about Schedule 3. So if he's doing that, he could do other shit too, right? He changed the laws with the LGBTQ stuff. Didn't he change the laws with the LGBTQ stuff? The meanings and all that stuff? Didn't he change the laws with like people competing in sports with in regards to people who change their sex? Didn't he change that? I don't know. You let me know. Look at the Constitution. That's something called the supreme the supremacy clause. There's all types of laws. Either way, is Trump doing good? Even whatever he's saying, even if it's not through yet, 100% in stone by law, whatever he's saying, is it a good thing? Is it good for him to say, let's ban alcohol? Is that a good thing for him to say for Americans? Do Americans support him saying, let's ban the alcohol because alcohol is ruining their communities? Is that safe to say? What else is he putting out there? He wants to change everything. Like whatever he wants, he gets. It seems like, right. So with the social media now, right? People are saying they want to ban the X, right, around the world. And maybe some Americans might feel similar. Will he do that? No, he's not going to ban no Twitter X because he didn't ban TikTok. And a lot of people love Trump for not getting the ban on TikTok. A lot of people support him for not getting the ban on TikTok. Didn't you see how he played with people's minds? A lot of Americans love TikTok, right? So when he took it off, I think 2 times, but I remember when he was threatening to ban it, and it came off for like a day or so. A lot of people were scared because they were making money off of TikTok. So now he brought it back. A lot of people like that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hope all we get better for all. After all, we can veto everything if he doesn't get his way. Oh, so you're saying Phil Mito got got it. Hope all we get better for all. To be honest, after all, he can veto everything. He doesn't get if he doesn't get his way. If he doesn't get his way, he could veto everything. Yes. If he doesn't get his way, he could veto everything. Does everybody think everything goes by the book? Right? He had 34 charges, people, way before he was the president, and no one's questioning the 34 charges. So obviously, someone wants him in there. Obviously, people think he's doing good. There was a whole riot at the White House, and he didn't get. He's still the president. There's a whole riot that he should have been charged for, right? He's still the president. Quentin Michael. There are some things that, as president, he can change by decree, but the rest of the laws have to go through Congress to be changed. And again, people keep forgetting about the supremacy clause. The supremacy clause must be big. Federal law will always beat state law. Yes, federal law will beat state law. But there's this supremacy clause I'm hearing about. Supremacy clause. So that sounds like that's very, very important. People saying he has to go through Congress to do all this stuff. This man is, some people call him a dictator. Some people may call him a dictator, but really, does he care about what people think? No. Is Trump doing good? This is the title. Is Trump doing good? He could be doing good in some cases by scaring a lot of the world leaders that are doing dirt. He's playing the sheriff, right? The sheriff of the world, the police of the world. He's really going out there. He's not just talking. He's using actually the military force, and it's scaring other leaders. So these people in the country now, they probably feel it's a good thing. The people from these other countries, they feel Trump is really doing good. America is they care about us. They could free us of all of this stuff. Yes, but Congress can override the veto. The video is not absolute. People really ought to read the damn Constitution before they start flapping gums. So they're saying, read the Constitution, read all the rules that leaders have to go through. But Trump is not like the other leaders. This guy doesn't give a damn about all of that politics. He doesn't care. Like I gotta repeat, this man is near 80 years old. He's going to be 83 by the time he's finished being the president. This guy doesn't respect certain systems and authority. He didn't go to the United Nations. He didn't talk to any other world leader before he does his decisions. This guy puts the ice out into the streets of America and makes them do whatever they want. There's people who are leaders in the world who don't listen to nothing what was before them. That doesn't mean he's gonna be going by any constitution, what people are writing and stuff. Some people are calling Trump a criminal. as much as people may like Trump. He's not going by no constitution, no Congress, all this stuff you guys are talking. He doesn't care about that. He's going to use all the force, even if you call it illegal and whatever. There's certain things you said he couldn't do, he's already done it. There's a lot of stuff people say, oh, he can't do this, but he's done it. He's done it. So I don't know what people are talking about. He's done things where it's not constitutional. So what are you talking about? This guy's not going by the law. I keep after telling people on both sides, this man's not going by anyone's system. He's not reading any scripts. Unless it's already in his head, he's doing things his way, right? You may call him a madman, you may call him whatever. He's doing things how he sees it, how he feels. He might get some advice from his advisors, but he's not going by no system. This is not no man going by any system, especially how he's talking in the public. No president should be talking how he's talking in the public, even if they feel that way. So, what system is Trump going by? I want to know. According to the Constitution, with the Supremacy Clause, it means that the federal laws will always override state laws. That's all it means. So Trump's using federal laws. Trump is using federal laws. And the FBI, which is a federal organization, is very good with Trump, like this. The FBI, the head of the FBI is like this with Trump. So federal laws he will use to override all state laws. So guess what? The ICE agents are with the federal laws that Trump puts out, right? They call Bill Clinton or Obama or Biden dictators when they did the, well, they don't. They're not clean either. They're not clean either, man. They done certain things. Bill Clinton's done certain things. Obama done certain things, and Biden probably for sure did a lot of things. Biden, see, this is. I'm gonna give you guys this because I was talking on the other pod. A lot of these things are linked. A lot of these stuff, what's going on, um, is like scripted, because this Venezuela stuff now, for example, right? I'm just gonna twist it like this. This Venezuela stuff. About a year ago, right? It was on the news, a couple of news channels. It wasn't really promoted a lot. In Chicago, they were saying there was Venezuelans taking over the streets, taking over other street gangs areas. Venezuelans were going into homes, and they're taking out other gangs. Right? That was the story. It was about a year ago. My friend called it Project Fast and Furious. Project Fast and Furious. So the ICE came out afterwards looking for these Venezuelans, this gang that was terrorizing people in Chicago. This was over a year ago. Fast forward now, they're in Venezuela, and the excuse is drugs. Remember that. The excuse is drugs. So Trump was deporting people before all of this, right? And look it up, people. Project Fast and Furious, the Venezuelans in Chicago. So Chicago for a good while has been a problem city with crime, right? A lot of in the last 2 years or 3 years, and it hasn't been spotlighted. They had documentaries of the cartels saying the cartels of South America have been supplying a lot of the drugs for Chicago. A lot of the stuff you see going on, they've been supplying it. So I'm just putting out there. So Trump feels he got to clean up his country, deport these people who's been bringing drugs into America. So he's doing good by locking them up and deporting them, and now going to their home country to secure it so they don't come back to America again, and that will make America great again, right? Quentin Michael, I understand the Constitution. I don't think you do prove what were saying, back up your claim. What is he has he done for the Constitution? I don't think he gives a damn about anything you're saying and what he's done, what is illegal. I don't think Trump cares about any laws. He doesn't respect the laws. He might say he does. He's just using the laws. I don't think he really respects the laws. I think Trump is just using the laws. That's it. But like I was saying, one reason he's gone to Venezuela is because he's blaming Venezuela for helping with the drug trade, with the cartels having access to go back and forth through the Caribbean to America, and he wants to clean up the drugs. That's what Trump wants to do. Donald Trump wants to clean up the drug trade in America, stop that money, cut that money, and he just wants to see what will happen if he does that. He wants to cut all of that out. All of the law enforcement agencies are under the executive branch, and he is the head of the executive branch. That's the way the Constitution works. If you don't like the Constitution, move somewhere. Yeah, that I see. I like that way you put out, Quentin Michael. All the law enforcement agencies are under executive branch, and he is the head of the executive branch. That's the way the Constitution works. If you don't like the Constitution, move somewhere. Yes. Why weren't they called dictators then? Some people called who did they call? They did call Obama. People are saying stuff about Obama and Clinton, especially when Clinton went to what's called the Somalia and stuff. Maybe not in America, but other places in the world was calling them certain names like Clinton and Obama. I don't know too much about Biden. That was like a fast his presidency. I know a lot of people didn't like Biden. They're saying Biden is the one who opened the border. Didn't Biden flood the borders, as my friend was telling me? Wasn't the didn't people criticize Joe Biden because he was soft on immigration? So didn't Joe Biden make a lot of immigrants coming, or people who are undocumented coming to America freely? Wasn't that the main thing he was getting criticized for? I was hearing stories of people coming in through the border easily, like it was nothing. No, you got that wrong. Venezuela gangs trend Arago or whatever they were called. They were taking over apartment buildings, and that's true. That was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. So don't claim lies. So you're saying that they're taking over apartment buildings, right? And how? By force? Were they taking it or legally? I think it was by force. So let me read this what you're saying, Quentin Michael. No, you got that wrong. Venezuelan gangs Trendy Arago or whatever they were called. They were taking over apartment buildings, and that's true. That was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Don't claim lies. That's true, though. They were taking over buildings, so that's not a lie. We have a man that's about law and order. So you're saying that Trump is about law and order. That's what he wants to promote. He wants to promote that he's the law and he's the order, right? He's promoting that law and order to all of you out there in the world, especially in America. But what you're saying, Quentin Michael, you just proved what I'm saying, taking over apartment buildings. Why are they taking over apartment buildings? Why was the Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment buildings? For their families, or was it for selling drugs? What was it for? I will give me that answer. Why were why was that gang in Chicago, or the gangs in Chicago, linked to Venezuela, taking over apartment buildings? And whose apartment buildings were they taking over? Americans, right? They're taking over Americans, born Americans, generational Americans, apartment buildings. It sounds like New Jack City. You ever watch New Jack City with Wesley Snipes? Watch that. If you know, look up, watch that movie. The only difference is Americans, right? Go watch that movie, New Jack City. That's what was going on with the Venezuelans. They're doing that. I can't even believe they were doing that in Chicago. That those gangs, the Vice Lords and the GDs, made that happen. They must have paid them off or something to make them take over apartment buildings. So what's the wrong stuff I'm talking about? I want to know. Tell me if it's not true. Tell me. And Trump that's why he deported so much people, because he said a big population of the people are drug dealers. That's what he's saying. A big population of them are criminals. That's why he deported a lot of them. And a lot of Americans feel he's doing good by doing that. That's why he has the ICE out there, because a lot of Americans want a lot of people deported to make America great again, right? And proving it are two different things. Well, they did have a video of these people, right? These groups in Chicago. There's actual video of them. And they had a lot of them got arrested and deported. A lot of them got arrested and deported. So everybody has their opinion, and it's out there, right? It's out there. That's out there. So is Trump doing good? Is Trump doing good by getting rid of these gangs or these cartels from making money from Americans? He's saying the drugs been killing 300,000 people a year, near 300, 200 to 300,000 people from the cartels. So by him doing what he's doing is stopping the drugs, right? That wasn't what I was talking about. You were making claims about Trump doing illegal things. Opinions don't matter, facts do. Illegal stuff. There's people who are saying he's doing illegal things, right? By not going to the UN. There's people saying he's doing illegal things by just going anywhere and taking it over and bombing. There's people saying by capturing a president that is illegal. There's other people in the world saying it, not just me. Other governments are saying it, right? Not just me. There's a lot of people saying that he's doing it illegal. But he does have 34 charges, what no one knows about. There's one or two stories about his charges, what no one's talking about, right? Can tell people illegal things. Does that make that? So, what's the 34 charges? Are they nothing? 34 charges. Are they all nothing? Because before he became the president, he had a whole bunch of charges on him. Is that just nothing? I want to know. Obama and Biden put bounties of millions of dollars on Maduro's head. Yes, I agree. To have him kidnapped and brought to the United States. Trump just did it and saved the money. Yes, I can agree with that, because Venezuela was a target way before Trump. Way before Trump, Venezuela it was a target. Um, they were talking already about it, but the only difference is, yeah, Trump really went in. That's the difference. Trump actually went in and he captured the guy. They wanted to do that, but he done it. That's why you don't really hear nothing uh, from those other leaders or former leaders. Not charges, convictions. So convictions, 34. That's even worse. 34 convictions, felonies. That's still serious to an average citizen in America. Felonies or convictions, 34, if it's charges, whatever you want to say. So, 34 convictions. What happened to that? What happened to all those 34 convictions or felonies? What are those felonies? What happened to that? Right? One of them is alleged assault on a woman, right? One of them is an alleged assault on a woman, and they're claiming that he paid her off, or he had to pay her off about 80 million. I don't know if that's true, but they're saying that it's alleged that Mr. Donald Trump raped this woman, right? And he has to pay her off. So these convictions and felonies, we'll never know. It's like the Epstein files. It's like the Epstein files. We'll never know. We're just hearing about that he has all these convictions, and we don't even know what they really are, right? They were misdemeanors. So not any of them are serious. They're all misdemeanors. Every single one of them is a misdemeanor, right? All of them are misdemeanors. But the whole biggest question is, he, in the big picture, is Trump doing good? And to a lot of people, he is doing good. He's doing good for a lot of people right now. Mr. Donald Trump is doing good for a lot of people, especially around the world. But right now, he's looking bad in America because of the ICE. I have to admit, he's not looking good because the ICE agent agency is making a lot of mistakes. It's making people hate them. I mean, it's making, yeah, people hate them with all the mistakes. And they represent Trump because Trump is the one who put them out there. So is Trump going to take ICE off the street? Is Trump going to take this organization off the street? Because a lot of Americans are angry. Well, as they put it in the social media, it might not be a lot of Americans, only the ones what they show, right? So it seems like a certain percentage of Americans are up in the they're very angry in the street because of all of this shit. What's going on? He's doing exactly what they elected him to do. It's true. That's why it's crazy. A lot of people elected the man. They elected Donald Trump, right? Think of it. And he's doing exactly what he said he would do. So you cannot be surprised, right? So all the people who did not want Trump to be the president, right? Did you guys go out and vote? Did you guys go out and vote? Or did you guys keep up your protest? Or you just wait until a certain situation happens to protest? It's true. Like, we can't really complain because he's doing what he wants to do. He's continuing what he was doing in his first term, right? You're putting, are you sure those are Americans that are mad? I'm talking about the ones in the street. They're not Americans. The ones you see in the streets, in the cities, in all the cities, they're not Americans. Because if they're not Americans, the ICE have an easy job right there to if all those people in the streets are not Americans, the ICE have an easy job right there just to round them up and deport them. They're not Americans. The woman who got shot in the face, she look American to me. She's not American. People already hated them, and it's only a minor part of the population that buys into the bull crap. Okay, that's what you say, Quentin Michael. Okay, so not real ones if they're mad about MAGA. So you're saying they're not real if they're mad about MAGA. But not everybody's, let's be straight up. I know people are angry, but not everybody's going to be supporting Trump. Just because you don't support Trump don't mean you're not American. I'm saying it again. Just because you don't support Trump don't mean you're not American. So those people out in the streets, are they not American? The lady who got shot in her face, is she not American? She not American? She was out there protesting. So wait, if you protest against Trump, you lose your American American energy, or you lose your whole, you abandon your whole American identity if you go against Trump. That's what I want to know, right? That's what I want to know. Are you sure? There's thousands of people out in the streets. So if they're not American, it makes it easy for the ICE to do their job. Very easy for them to do their job if they're not American, right? But the whole thing is Trump doing good? A lot of people feel he's doing good. Like this one, I told you, Trump has supporters and maybe legal citizens, but they're not American. So you're saying all those people are not generational American. They're just people who came to America and they're just first generation. They're not people who've been born in America or their grandparents or their great grandparents. Come on now, no, no. A lot of those people are Americans in the streets. A lot of those people are Americans in the streets. The woman who got shot is American. She's not a citizen. I guarantee you look her up, her family probably goes hundreds of years or whatever you want to call it in America. The ICE agent who shot her is American. A lot of those people in the streets are born Americans. They're not no citizens. That's not what I'm saying. If you're against bettering America, that's not being. Oh, okay. So you're saying the energy. So you're saying if you're against America's rules and laws, you're really abandoning the American culture. Oh, okay. So you're saying what Trump is doing is part. What I'm translating to is part of American culture. So if you are against what Trump is doing, you're against America. I understand that now. Unfortunately, I've got to move on, but thank you for engagement, though. Yeah, you could agree to disagree. That's how the world works. That's how life is, right? But yeah, is Trump doing good? A lot of people agree that he's doing good. When people are saying Trump doesn't have supporters, you can see on here Trump has a lot of supporters. A lot of people support what he's doing. I don't see too much people disagreeing in what he's doing. There is people who disagree and call Trump dumb. They say he's an idiot. They say he's a fool. They have all the names in the books to throw at him. But I see a big population of people who actually support Donald Trump. No, that's not what I said at all. I said if there are legal citizens, whether they were born here or not, are against America, I do not consider them American. Okay, I understand that. I respect that. So if they're legal citizens, even or born, and if they're against the morals of America and the laws, they're not really American. I understand that, and I could see where you're going with that. I wasn't specifying first generation, second, or third. It doesn't matter. I understand what you're saying. Even if they're born there or citizens, as long as they go against the American system, American law, the Constitution, not respecting America's, Constitution, foundation, they're not American. I like how you put it like that. At least it's clarified. So that's what you're saying. Everybody has their opinion, but yeah, I see where you're going like that. Saying if you don't respect the Constitution, you're not American. You're basically communist. That's what they would call people back in the days. A word they would use. They say you're a communist because you're not believing the values of the American Constitution and the culture. So yeah, but then there's people like I'm saying are against it, right? And I guess you would say they're not American, no matter what. If they're born, they're a citizen. But is Trump doing good? Is Mr. Donald Trump doing good by the people? Many think he is. He's filtering it out, right? Many think he is doing good by the people, right? He got the Pope on his side now. Remember that. He got the Pope on his side, and I think people forgot when the new Pope came in, which is from America. He was very excited about this, and I think he feels now because there's an American Pope, right? That he's part of. He has a mission to do for God. I think that's what he believes. He has a mission to do for God, to cleanse the earth, right? To do as he feels, right? He feels he has to do that. That's his mission. So is he doing good? Some people are looking on, he's doing bad. He's a dictator and all that. But now he got Iran on their knees. He got Iran on their knees. No one had Iran in a situation like that. They're on their knees, begging for America not to come there. Cuba probably is going to be on their knees too if that leader's not smart. If he stays in power, and he's going to be taken out, guaranteed. He's going to have them on their knees. Um, you already got Venezuela on their knees. Venezuela. Who else is he looking for? There's some other places he wants to make them be on their knees. Same thing with Greenland. Greenland's playing tough with Denmark, but if America wants it, they'll take it. Yes, much respect for joining the chat. If America wants it, they'll take it, right? So he's doing good. He's doing good right now. No one is questioning him. Mr. Trump is doing good because I'm not saying the military hasn't killed anybody, but so far he's making a lot of these world leaders who's been doing dirt for years scared in their boots. He's making a lot of them scared. They're doing these war games. They're showing off their weapons. They're making threats, saying that we will defend ourselves and all types of shit. They're saying all types of stuff. So it's a good thing that what Trump is doing. He's scaring people. He's scaring these guys. He's making Iran beg for him not to bring the military there, right? He's making Iran beg. Now NATO is in turmoil. Oh, good guy Flexo. Now NATO's in turmoil. Yeah, a lot of places are in turmoil right now. It's more about the mandate from the people than it's about the Pope. Ah, you're talking about in regards to the Pope. Well, like I'm saying, the Pope's in America is American, so America's going to use that, especially if the Pope's in South America right now. It must be really a interesting situation that the Pope is in South America. So, in a way, Trump is trying to do this mission down there of cleansing that continent, cleansing it of drugs because the Pope is down there, right? He's doing some type of cleansing. That's what he's doing. Guaranteed he's doing a big cleansing because he's saying he's going to Venezuela. Well, he already is in Venezuela. He's saying he wants to go to Colombia and then he wants to go right back to Mexico. The Senate already put together a bill to limit Trump's authority. Damn. He pardoned drug lord. Yeah, I heard he pardoned a drug lord in which country is it? Honduras. Was it Honduras? Correct me if I'm wrong. So they're already doing a mandate to stop his authority. Man, if you're gonna stop his authority outside, he'll just you go back inside to punish the American people, certain people who are against him. So he's saying he wants to ban alcohol. He wants to ban alcohol. So if he can't get it that way, he's gonna come back a other way, and he's saying, okay, you're not gonna make me do what I want outside of America. I'm gonna come back to you guys and make it a living hell now. Now I'm gonna ban alcohol for all of you. Trump does not care about drugs. Well, you're saying he doesn't care about drugs. He cares about the money the drugs make. He cares about the money that's being made that's not being registered. So he does care about it in regards to that. You think he wasn't snorting? Yeah, he probably was doing some cocaine back in the day. He probably was snorting stuff back in the day. But the main thing is not the drugs. He's using that. He's using that as an excuse because he just wants the money. He wants to stop the billions of dollars, billions of dollars that have been flowing through not government hands, other people's hands. He doesn't want to ban alcohol. What? Yeah, that's the new news, man. That's the new news that, unless it's fake news, saying he would like to ban alcohol. because he's saying a lot of the Americans are getting too drunk and doing crazy stuff in society and they need jobs. That's what he's saying. So, unless that's fake news, he's saying he wants to ban the alcohol. So, if people are going to get tough on Donald Trump um, for going outside of the country and doing all types of shit, all he will do is turn around back again and then he'll just get tough on Americans, right? He'll get tough on Americans, the same man who people love, a lot of people. So is he doing good right now by saying he would ban alcohol? Would that be good? America tried that once, it didn't work. I know, prohibition, they tried it, but I guess he wants to do it again. He wants to make history. So you have to realize he wants to make history and look like a hero. So this is my question to a lot of you. Is Trump doing good mostly or doing bad mostly? And it seems like to a lot of Americans, not all, that Trump is doing good. They're saying the previous administrations they weren't happy with. They weren't happy with Biden. A lot of people weren't happy with Obama. A lot of people wasn't happy with Clinton, even though they made it seem that like when Clinton was in power, it was all good and he was making money for America. Uh, Obama, he was a nice guy, so everything was all good. So, but people are saying they didn't like those guys. I mean, seen a lot of people criticize Obama, criticizing Clinton. Didn't see that no one really talk about Bush though. But that shows that there's a lot of support for Republicans, right? A lot of support for the Republican Party, and Trump is doing some type of good in the eyes of people, especially in America. He's doing some good. I'm hearing people saying, yes, he should do what he's doing. His approval is less than 40%. Most Americans are strongly against him. So, why did he become president the second time? I don't understand that. Because he must have a low approval rate before he became, like, how did he become the president? That's what I want to know. If he has all this low approval rate now, how is he in charge or anything? Because this is the second time, not the first. The first time he got in, this when he tried, he lost to Biden, and then he ran against the same guy who was in, right, the Democrat, and he beat the Democrat. And now people are saying he has a low approval rating. Holy, his approval is less than 40%. They chested. I don't know. You have to clarify that. Now he has a low approval rate. He has a low approval rate, but he's the president for the second time. This is crazy shit. The president for the second time, and he has a low approval rate. I don't understand that. Help me understand that. And why, when they tried to impeach him, I guess they tried, that didn't go through. They tried to impeach him, and that did not go through, right? Oh, so I seen that's a conspiracy. He stole and he cheated. They're saying the first time he became the president, Russia helped him. Remember that? He said the first time he became president, Russia helped him. And now you're saying he cheated. So people want him through because they feel he's good. They will cheat for him, right? He'll get through the system through cheating. He'll get through the system if it's true. It could be a conspiracy, having Russia help with his elections. So somebody, or some people, they want him in, right? This time Elon helped. I could believe that. Elon runs a social media company, one of the biggest in the world, called Twitter. Yes, of course. That's why Elon was there. Elon helped. Elon Musk helped. But he's still the president right now. So obviously, people think he's doing some good, right? They impeached him. They did not remove him. Two different processes. Okay. So they impeached him, but it didn't really go through. They didn't remove him. You voted for him, GR8167. So you like Trump. Is he doing good? Right? One in the chat if Trump is doing good. Two in the chat if he's not doing good. I want to know. One in the chat if Trump is doing good for you. Two in the chat if he's not doing good. I want to know. Because this guy said he voted for Trump. Name GR Great 167. He voted for Trump. So he must be doing what you want, right? I think he's doing good for this country. See, he's doing good for America. Is he doing good for the world? That's what I want to say. I want to know, do you approve of Trump going out there and trying to be Superman for all these countries like Iran, Venezuela, Africa, and even he wants to take over Greenland? Do you approve Great 167? Do you approve of his international interventions? Or do you want him just to concentrate on the American people? That's what I want to know. Do you approve? No. So you don't see that's the thing. There's people who do support Trump at home, but they don't support him going out there. So it's a split. It's kind of a fusion. See, this guy, Great 167, voted for Trump, but he's doing good for the country, but he doesn't agree with him doing that shit out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't agree with Trump going to Venezuela and going to all these places. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think sometimes you have to solve problems on the world stage. Okay, so you think him going to these other countries is solving the problems? You probably could be right. That's why he said he's going to Venezuela. He said he's going to Venezuela to stop the drugs from coming into America, right? That comes with the territory being a superpower. So, do people understand that he's a superpower? A lot of countries come to live, they migrate or whatever, immigrate to America. So, the reason a lot of people immigrate to America is for a better life. The reason why is because a lot of those countries come from poverty or they come from countries with dictators. That's why is so much immigrants going to America. Let's ask that question. Why are so much people wanting to go to America leaving their country? Because it's either they got dictators or they're suffering in that system. So America is the promised land for many people who've been immigrating for generations and generations. So how bad is it what Trump's doing? I think it's funny the liberals had no king rallies. Oh, you're right. They had no rallies. They have no rallies. The Democrats, no rallies. That is true. There's no, well, right now, the only protest going on is the ICE stuff. That's the only thing what's going on is the ICE protests. I don't know how long that will be, but before that shooting happened in Minneapolis, before that happened, there was nobody protesting about all the wars, what's going on. They weren't showing it. You didn't see no one going out in the street. It's really for all the stuff what Trump's doing. So Americans, rightfully, they don't have to care. They don't give a damn what's going on really around the world. They care about what's going on at home. So as soon as something domestic happened, like the lady who got shot in her face, when that happened, that's when the big uproar happened. And now you got cities protesting and other situations against the organization Trump put out, which Trump feels it's a good organization to cleanse and make America great again. So he's doing good by Americans. Trump is doing good by Americans, right? Like it or not, people might not, it might be an unpopular opinion, but Trump is doing good by Americans. Hear that again. So all the people who voted for him, he's doing exactly what you wanted him to do. So the people who did not vote for him, you can't say nothing. If you haven't voted for Trump, you cannot say anything. But he's that's what people are saying. I heard someone say he's doing exactly what they voted him to do, right? Put law and order out there. You say no, GG, vote 7. You say no, he's not doing good by Americans. Ask the farmers. So you're saying he's not doing good by Americans to ask the farmers? Maybe wasn't correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't America get a lot of their produce from South America? Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't they get a lot of their stuff from South America? So maybe him capturing South America, not just for stopping drugs or the oil, him capturing there is to get use some of their natural resources. So you're saying the farmers are angry with Trump? Right now, he doesn't give a damn. But if you're a farmer, I guarantee some of those farmers voted for Trump. So there's probably a big percentage who voted for Trump who are angry at Trump. You getting oil, yeah. You saying you're getting oil, yeah. But it's gonna be a price with that, yeah. Trump, yeah. America's got a lot of oil. They're probably setting things up right now. There's guaranteed a whole bunch of oil tankers, American oil tankers, that will be taking a lot of that Venezuelan oil back to the mainland. Yes, that definitely will be going on. They'll be taking a lot of that oil to the mainland of America they probably have a timeline. Within a couple months, they'll have a good amount of oil on the mainland of America. A good amount of oil. They'll be enriched with it. So meanwhile, all this talking is going on. Meanwhile, all this debating is going on. America is draining Venezuela of oil to enrich itself. So even if they're in there just for a year, they'll be draining, taking a whole bunch of stuff. They're gonna make, they'll be policing the Caribbean forever now. Forever, they're going to be policing that. Russia, China, basically, they're saying that's done. That's stopped. We stopped that. Russia and China, all your oil tankers, whatever you had, that's not going to ever come through again unless we are watching it. So, Walter Peters, if anyone cares, the Chinese have decided they prefer Americans' soya beans. See, they got a deal right there. See what you just said there? If that's fact, it seems like China and America have made up because they were angry that they were going to stop their business with Venezuelan oil. Uh, they're the first country to sit down with Donald Trump. They actually had a meeting and they sat down, they settled it, and they look happy. So America got China. Don't forget, people don't put all that shit out there that like a China is against America. No, America is good with China. China is good with America. China just cares about the money. They just care about business. And Trump brought them to the table first, so he's good with them. They're going to be dealing, right? So it's just Russia. It's all it is Russia. They're trying to get to the table. Hopefully, they could give Russia maybe some barrels, make Russia do some business, right? But it's all what you'd say attitude, or right. So Russia doesn't want to have to bow down to America. That's all it is, right? Russia doesn't want to bow down to America. They could deal with them the same way like China. They could deal with them the same way like China, but it's just a power thing that we gotta listen to America to get oil, right? Is Trump doing good? Yes, Trump's doing good by America because now he has everybody who has to come to him. Well, a lot of people have to come to Donald Trump so they could have a piece of Venezuelan oil. Now, This is the question now. Are we hearing about any new leadership to take place in Venezuela? Are we hearing about that? Are we hearing about any leadership to take place in Venezuela? No, they're going to make that go very, very slow so they could drain very, very fast all the oil. Well, not all the oil, a lot of oil, right? So, Trump, is he doing bad or doing good? He's doing good for America. He's trying to build America, make America's empire stronger. And I think he has said that. He's doing good for America. But people are saying he has a low approval rate. He still has 3 years. The man still has 3 years. He doesn't care. He still got 3 years to do whatever he wants to do. 3 years. So when will Trump reign stop? Is when he's finished being president. That's when his reign will stop. But so far, he's a hero to Africans in Nigeria. He's a hero because he's killing, or he's going to stop, or he's threatening the Islamists. He's a hero to some Venezuelans. He's a hero probably if he goes to Cuba, because a lot of Cubans are already in America. They would like to, more of them to, probably, a lot of them probably want to leave and go to America, right? Um, who else? He's a hero to any place he's threatening that he feels they're doing bad stuff to their people. In Iran, Trump is probably a hero too. They want him to come. But bless up, people. Bless up. And please subscribe. You gotta like, comment, support the platform for the content. I'm out.